Howdy y'all, it's AK here and welcome to another adventure. We are continuing in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Hi Argo. Where we have just done probably the hardest single person duty I have ever done against Vinod. She is really difficult. We had to duel her to prove our worth to Argo. So now we're going to go on Argo's back and fly to this mystery island where Hermes has sent off basically a bunch of little Meteions to go through the stars, and Vinod thinks that Hermes and his study of Akasha, I forgot what it's called again, it's the D word, is the reason the final days. Let's figure it out. Argo will soon have us standing on the very spot where the media made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Yeah, she thinks that Hermes is what is it called? D something. Fire upon your return. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the current rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the Isle. Come on, Argo. But yeah, so it's possible that either by mistake or on purpose, Hermes, in his trying to create Meteion and her sisters to ride the stars, started the final days. But not. Climb onto Argo's back and we off. You know, I honestly cannot remember the last time he carried anyone but me. Hello, Argos. Argos motions to his back with his muzzle, giving you the go-ahead to hop on. That's a good picture. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems so. Think so? Yeah, sorry. Wow, I was down there! Now, what was the name of that tree? The cherry blossom! No something, notophorian. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? So, almost to the island. So he shot them off from here. Oh, not a pretty sky. Brace yourself for landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment. We've landed!
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment.
Oh, let me get the door real quick, sorry. Forgot to close
The present
my door.
may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
I mean, I'm doing it right now, aren't I? That's the side of the echo.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
She's gonna force an
Come
echo.
and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether.
Oh, so she just explained how my echo works.
As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit.
We're gonna do it.
But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
Okay. So that's what the echo is, her ability to see into the past, passed on to me. Here we go.
All All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles.
108 years.
End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
Oh, they're all connected.
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed.
Aww.
And will owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
But he won't find out for another 108 years, which I think the final days will
Whatever
have
intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all, and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life.
I don't think if he started the final days, he did it on purpose.
Meteion, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
Aww.
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So she left too?
So, what is your opinion?
Don't make me choose. Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet I couldn't just save us. I don't think he would wish for the final days. It sounds like what he wanted to do was to find new life to better our star. I don't think he would wish for the final days.
I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life.
I think he found something he wasn't supposed to find.
In light of this,
Or the sisters that went out discovered how life is out there and how terrible life is here for other creatures, and they started the final days.
I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
We can't stop the final days. I have to return to a future where they happen.
Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness.
I'm definitely not
'Twould
listening
not
to
do to let
Elizabeth.
such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
A little bit said I wasn't supposed to change the past. Yet here I am, literally trying to stop the final days. There are a number of places where Hermes might be an Alpes. We could do worse than to look at Kitsis Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands in Ethoskeletokos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, for an institute which claims to studiously research every species destined for release in the world, did you not question how they find room for them on so few islands? The answer lies within Kitsis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. Same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. It is there within these sprawling habitats that the chief overseer of most of Alpes' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the newest north of Meteion Oikos. These names! Why do you have such confusing names? I know Oikos, because it's a good yogurt. I like Oikos Greek yogurt. Well, hello. I totally did not wander off. Ah, good. The news acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use as you wish. As for the way to Kitsis Hyperborea, we follow this path and turn left at the crossroad. Okay. Follow this path. Follow, follow, follow. We're here. Kitsis Hyperborea. Excuse me. Big, ominous building. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Alpes. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Hey, you! Furthermore, we've confirmed that our studies into Dynamis, as well as the creation of Meteion, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear the tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, that he might be recruited to help prevent one. We came to the same conclusion, or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. We came to the same conclusion, Emmett. Let's work together. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days. We were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hethlodius's sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seemed inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits the description than this intangible, invisible dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth, and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscience wish for the world to end. Of that I am certain. Us too, we're friends! It seems there's more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. He went to this isle where he sent off a whole bunch of little other meteoras, and they went off to the stars to discover new life. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for understanding. Savior, thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. It's okay. We can still be friends. Before you go all crazy. I hit level 88! 2 sharp casts. Yeah. Oh, I'm standing inside of you. I'm so sorry. Do not approach me, do not speak to me, and do not dare presume to treat me as a friend. I am merely carrying out my duty. How lovely. Our married duo has become a quartet. Past disagreements are no reason to reject collaboration in here. Now, I commend M itself for his practicality. Claudius? I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision... There he is, on the next aisle over. Meteion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path, and we can teleport to Misposis Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. Oh yeah, he used his ether seeing eyes. They both have the same ability. They can like see people's ether. Kinda like... It's kinda like how Ishtola is. She sees with the ether. So it's kinda like they have like the advanced version of what she did to herself so she wasn't blind anymore. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just ahead. Oh, I saw that from above! Well then, Taika, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for a moment. But the creations there are not exactly... Then again, Taika can handle herself. She did survive the bout with Vana after all. Yeah, I did. That was very difficult. Off you go to find Hermes, but do prepare to come blows with the garden's denizens. If I can defeat Vana, I can do anything! Okay, let's put this away. Don't need to have the staff out yet. Oh my. Ah, what? Come on, really? Oh, Emmett trying to see my words. The thing is, though, like, did I create a paradox by doing this? Because Emmett didn't remember me. You would think you would remember something like this. Where are you, Hermes? 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 Ah, Hermes. Hermes! Hello, Meteion. Taika, where did you come from? Oh, don't talk to her again. Hermes. We have matters of import. Taika, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Thelodious and Emmett Self company. You can come outside. We need to talk about something. An important matter and unrelated to my decision on Fandaniel, you say? Then yes, I will come, as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise. But you really should wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. Unless he only said that. There you go. You're welcome. No thanks, that's cool. Just want to charge up my second polyglot. Polyglot! There we go. Okay guys, I told him to come out and I didn't have to deal with the Fandaniel position. I don't know if he's gonna listen to me though. You spoke with Hermes then, and were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see, or should I say, smell. I cannot speak for certain Convocation members, but I, for one, am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray things will be soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emet-Selk who would recreate Amarant in the depths of the ocean, I think it's best for all concerned that such tragic events never come to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, naive hope that it is. So we are trying to... I don't understand. I thought... Maybe I heard Elidibus wrong. I thought Elidibus said we had to go back to a future where our final days happened. And now I'm trying to prevent the final days. Hermes said he would not be long. Yes, and we shall wait here until he emerges. Maybe I understood him wrong? I don't know. I think Hermes ran. Oh no, there he is.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Yes, about Meteion.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity. If one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us. Who you are and why you came.
End of the world. Final days. World sundered. Zodiac idling. Whole bunch of stuff happened. Might be your fault. Okay, thanks, bye.
Final days.
Yes.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction, and none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana.
Mm-hmm.
As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics.
But we're sundered.
In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
Excuse me. Perhaps what?
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
Could you elaborate further?
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents.
Oh?
Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
So the currents don't just dilly-dally change themselves. Someone's purposely trying to bend them to allow dynamis to expel.
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere.
Yeah, I knew that. I explained that in a previous
According
video.
to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
We're being attacked from another planet?
Greetings. Can you hear me?
It's one
Do
of
not
his
be
sisters.
alarmed. I mean you no harm.
It
I
is.
wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion.
It's one
What
of her
is it?
sisters communicating.
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
There wouldn't be another report for 100 years.
It hurts, it hurts. It hurts. So hot, so cold, so sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please, make it stop.
She's feeling my feelings?
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared, so lonely. The pain, it's too much. Why? Why do we hurt? This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most
Why?
effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
So something from the outside is attacking the planet. And she can feel emotion, like,
Are you all right?
yeah, the first person to ask me after I freaking freaked out.
In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her when we could not.
Because you're too dense.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down.
Right.
Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
So hold on. So Meteion and her sisters can feel the energy, and we found out that celestial energies aren't warping on their own. There's some sort of exterior force or force on the planet itself, theorists, that's warping it. And it could be her, but why? And oh my god, that was creepy. I don't fully understand. Oh, she could be anywhere in this area. So, hold on. So, snap. So, she connected to her sisters. And when she connected to her sisters, she freaked out. So much darkness and pain. Is it because they're alone in the universe? So they're just full of all this. And that's the other thing, like the Dino's transformation that is happening to my people. It doesn't just happen, it's a connection. There has to be an anchor of some kind, if I understood that correctly. And the anchor might be her. Can we sense her? She's probably up that way. I wonder if they're going to get smaller every time I do this. Nope. Okay. I got another disturbance over here. I don't fully understand what's going on. It seeps into my mind, our voices reporting. No, no, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run. I have to hide. Flee down the slope. So she reconnected with her sisters. And upon that reconnection, flipped out. So she reconnected with her sisters, and upon that reconnection, had like a mental breakdown. Is it that the sisters are lonely out in space, and that emotion is just so great? He's trying to catch a faint whisper, but failed to hear her voice. She must be elsewhere. So, could that be it? That he accidentally started the final days by sending out her sisters, and then they were filled with this dread of emotion of loneliness and negative emotion out in space, and that is being brought back to Meteion almost like a beacon, and that's what's causing us to change? I don't get it. I'm confused. And my feet are wet. Greetings and salutations. Meteion. Commencing report. Oh no, we can't tell them that. We must run far away. Ah! Please don't follow me. Metaion's voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. So when she connected to do the next report is when she freaked out. What did they find in space? It's gotta be something that the sisters found. And how long ago did he send them off? Because it was supposed to be 108 years till the next report. Or 108 cycles. Maybe that's just 108 days? You don't exactly say what a cycle is. I really don't want to fight you right now. Ooh! Can I climb up here? Yeah! Come on, Alex. Let's check out this suspicious disturbance. She must be elsewhere. Okay. Now do you believe me, Emmett? He's trying to use his eyes to see her. But this is exercising futility. Yeah, if you want to find her today, to follow her voice. She could be right next to you. Listen. Ah! See a spot over there. Sorry, fate. I cannot take part in trying to save the world. Listen. Hear. Feel. Think. How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars, where we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. Distinguish south. How far south? Wait. Nope. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Nope. Ah! Hit my mouse. Trying to move everything there. Oh! Don't fall. Okay. So she discovered something. Her sisters discovered something. And that's what causes the final days. Had to. It had to. Okay, we got a point over here. I discovered a new location. Thank you. Could you not? I'm a little busy. Thank you. Here. Feel. Think. Must be elsewhere. Oh, I'm already full of polypods, okay. I'll need to keep that up then. Leap. Hear, feel, think. Found her. She started bleeding blood out of her eyes. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all people of Theris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles on intelligent civilization. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No take. You mustn't listen. Don't vanish. Oh, come on! You went to the tree. It's wrong. It's all wrong. She's at the lake. Any sign of Meteion? She's at the lake, but she keeps talking about this weird report. Panic and confused, which will make it all more difficult to predict her movement. Hermes, what do you make of the situation? The Meteor are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which has disrupted its normal harmony. We find access to the shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach the sentient being directly. In the Media's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Meteion we just lost, we have no means to communicate. No way of knowing what befalls her sisters, without her sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. We had best to set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. I go to the lake. He's staring at the lake. Oh wait, no. Hermes. There's some guy standing in front of you. Oh my dear Meteion, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Terrible. Very, very terrible. Oh, sorry, Alex. I didn't mean to hit you. Okay, I'll hit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteion rendered herself invisible, matching her etheric density to that of First Randy's, does she not? If so, could we not then disrupt her concealment with a surfeit of ether? Much our Emmet self solidified your presence when we first met you. Don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden to me. Which is why we must all work together. Taheke will continue to search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteion's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever, and thankfully she has made herself easy to capture by fleeing towards Leak. Assuming she is made visible, we should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Taheke and Emmet will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Meteion's avenues of escape. Emmet and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Meteion and pick up the trail. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, and it falls to you to keep the way clear. Oh! Oh! Talk. Now, did Meteion go straight ahead towards the pier, or did she stray to the path somewhere? You hear a voice, you take the lead. Oh, come on, Emma! What did they find in space? So apparently her sisters were able to compile a report. Her sisters compiled a report of what they discovered in space, other civilizations. Nothing this way. We've been, and whatever they discovered is freaking her out. She's strayed from the path, apparently. Ha! Now we're running exactly the same. Hear, feel, think. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide, yes. I'll just have to hide then, where no one can find me. To the water's edge. She went to the lake? This wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least open expansion make it easier to find. We won't lose her this time. Ooh, a talking point with Emmett. Hey, Emmett, you want to talk? We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days to know, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will speak to Remora. This way. Okay. Now, this is somewhere in here. Ah! Come on, target the suspicious disturbance. Hear, feel, think. See my bird squashing Emmett's elk. Okay, Meteion. Come to life. Stop hiding. Stop hiding, little one. Not here. I'm not here. Please. Found you. By the rocket, shoot very well. What? Why can't I hide? There's no need to run, Meteion. Eiko, what are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry. I am not strong enough. Stay away. I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him. His poor fragile heart. Now we have our chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into the mists. Maybe it's not what the sisters heard. Oopsies, wrong way. Maybe it's not what the sisters heard. Maybe it's the lack thereof. There's nothing out there. And he was so excited to hear what life was out there. And that there is nothing. And that's what she doesn't want to share with him. Or all she saw was death and destruction. And that's all she saw out there. I'm assuming that... No, just keep running. Just keep running. Come on, Emmett. Okay. It should be much easier to see her now since it's not just sparkles. Meteion! Ooh! I want to do the suspicious disturbance, but I see this talking point, and how often do you get to talk to a really good villain before he was a villain? Emmett? Is this noose not in use? It seems to have been left at the mercy of the elements. Either way, there is no trace of Meteion's essence. We move on! Okay, well, it was nice talking to you. Here, feel, think. Oh wait, I don't do that anymore. You're actually a physical being now. Found her. there. I see her. Chasing her is getting quite annoying. And I can't go on the back of my Carby. Come on, let's sprint. She's really trying her darndest not to be found. What is this report? And how does it conclude the final days? So all we know is that people can't just change from Dynamis. There has to be some sort of root emotion or cause. And she might be the root emotion or cause. Because as soon as we mentioned that, she freaked out. Swim back out to the water. Okay, please let this be the last one, because I'm getting tired of chasing her. I think we got her.
Aha!
Yes.
Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
I'm coming. Meteion, wait!
Please, Meteion. We must speak.
She doesn't want to share what she knows. Aww.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please... please protect them. Protect them all.
What? What she started?
Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings.
I'm worried.
All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected.
They're gonna see that everything's died.
Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified.
Everyone's
Tria.
dead.
Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter.
They nuked.
Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for, what gives their lives meaning.
But they have no lives. They're dead.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey,
She's gonna think that no one wanted to live.
or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
He accidentally caused
Yes.
it. He accidentally caused the final days.
Meteion. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard.
Meteion.
Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What? Is he gonna cause the final days?
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteion, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
But her report's done. There was no intelligent life form found.
You fool!
So he does cause the final days. Wait a minute, she's a being made of dynamis. If follow, wander, stumble, listen. she's a being made of dynamis. If she's having an overflow of this negative emotion, she could be what triggers it. She's a bomb about to go off. It's Lodius? Silence. Oh no. If all Hermes means to do is listen to Meteion's report, then it is right for her to do so. But once he receives the answers to his questions, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choice he makes in that moment. We must then when it takes. Why, Hermes? Why could you just not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when a creation is returned to ether? Had you never cast your accursed questions to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Oh my god, so the final days might have just been a total mistake! So we never knew what caused the final days. But it seems like what caused it is Hermes, aka Fandaniel. He created Meteion and her sisters to venture out to the stars to discover other civilizations, what gives the meaning of life. But that was the wrong question, because when they went to these other stars, all life was dead, except for one, where it was like a deity sort of person that killed everyone on the planet and then told that Meteion to kill herself, that there was nothing to live for. Now, the report stopped, so we don't know what the outcome was, and he wants to get the rest of the report, and that's why he went off with her. But it sounds like, and she's made from this motion energy, so what if her motion energy is so strong with this connection, and somehow the ether is weakened in an area? Because remember, he also said that the only reason why a person would transform would be if they had that anchor of negative emotion to begin with. Well, there's plenty of anchor of negative emotion, because if her report is just saying that no one has a reason to live, that's the anchor. And if someone dives deep into that emotion, that's the trigger. And then Dynamis takes over. It is interesting. So the final days might have been caused by this little girl. Well, we're not going to find out now. We're going to have to find out later, because we are out of time. So then, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye!